hear it. The DT technology is to empower others, make other people good. IT is designed for rich people. DT is designed for poor people. It's impossible for people like me could be today. Imagine, don't have money, don't have technology, don't have anything. Why? That's because of the internet. When you have ideas, you should try to find the people working together, serve people, help people. The more people you're happy, the more people you supported, empower them, the more powerful you will be. So today, I start to think, inclusiveness, sustainable growth, that's the key message of this century. And I want to come to Africa. Because when I come to Africa, I love the people. I love the environment. You know, this today Alibaba is like this size. It's not interesting. You know, so big. But I think when I come here, I see the people's eyes. They always say, "Can I be that?" I think yes. Don't try to be Jack Ma. Learn from Jack Ma. Learn from how he sees the difficulties, how he meet the challenges, how he failed and tried again. In my life, there was two words: fail, try again. Fail, try again. Right? Because if you fail, if you give up, you're a real fail. If you don't give up, you always have a chance. And this is what I want to tell the entrepreneurs in Africa. It's impossible for you to be Jack Ma in 2 years. But it's possible for you to be Jack Ma in Togo in 10 years, 5 years. And don't always look at Bill Gates. When I was young, I look at Bill Gates, oh no. When I look at this guy, oh. And I look at my neighbor. Why he opened a barber shop, a restaurant? He is more successful than the others. I learn from him. I feel more comfortable. And I feel that's something I can do. When I look at Bill Gates 20 years ago, I said, no. Now I can do it. Right? So start from little by little.
So you're a role model for young entrepreneurs here. And I think we'd like to take one question. Is one of Lucie?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je suis Nathalie Conté, cofondatrice de Choco Togo, la coopérative qui produit du chocolat naturel au Togo. Là, je suis une productrice locale. Quand vous avez commencé, comment avez-vous agrégé des millions de gens comme moi sur votre plateforme de e-commerce? Merci.
Okay. How do I aggregate my users? It's very difficult. When I built Alibaba Taobao, the B2C site, nobody come to use. So we have at that time like 7, 9 people. We start to buy ourselves and sell ourselves in order to test the technology and product. For first amounts, some people start to try to sell something on our platform. All garbage. They try to sell whether it works. We buy all the garbage. We buy them, and then people say, wow, this thing really works. They start to sell more, and they come. And the very important is not that. The very important is that those people who come to your shop to try your chocolate, because they trusted you, you should honor and value the trust. Always make the customer that believe in you, trusting in you, value them, take good care of them. Customers are the best salespeople in the world. They were word of mouth. And funny, for the first half year, every day the customer come, we use the paper to write down who the customer, how, keep them happy. And they become our customers, our salespeople, and grow. Not easy, we start from a few people to now we have every month more than 800 million people using our Alibaba, and more than 1 billion people using Alipay.
Jack, we have a group of entrepreneurs. Half of them comes from Togo, and another half come from French-speaking Africa. And so we wanted them to also benefit from your experience. And I think it would be good to take a question now from someone from another country. So who is brave enough for a question?
Bonjour,
Bonjour.
je m'appelle Sylvain Boussamba. Je suis un entrepreneur dans la FinTech. J'ai cofondé Digitech Africa, qui permet aux marchands locaux de pouvoir être payés en ligne avec le mobile money.
Donc Sylvain vient du Gabon.
Oui. Aujourd'hui, il n'est pas possible, grâce au mobile money, de pouvoir acheter un produit au Sénégal à partir du Togo, par exemple. Parce que le mobile money, c'est encore quelque chose de très local. Aujourd'hui, plusieurs startups, comme la mienne, sur le continent, sont en train d'agréger tous les paiements locaux. Et on voudrait voir dans quelles possibilités vous pouvez nous aider à créer une plateforme au-dessus de la nôtre qui permettrait de pouvoir agréger toutes les plateformes de paiement du continent africain pour pouvoir permettre maintenant aux marchands globaux de pouvoir recevoir de l'argent. On pourrait acheter de Jumia au Sénégal, on pourrait acheter sur Alibaba à partir du mobile money, par exemple. Comment vous pouvez nous aider?
Thank you. Let me tell you, this is very, very important for Africa. In Africa, there are two important things. First, the whole Africa continent should having a mobile phone payment or e-payment or digital payment solution for the whole continent. Second, there should be logistics system across every country. And I think this should be promoted and agreed, supported by every government.
Yes. So
without the payment, without the financing, how can business develop? Without the financing to any country, it's just like a desert without water. Financing is water in business. So I think what you're doing is very, very important. It's critical. When I did Alipay, year 2004, it was so difficult. We are not allowed to have the license. We can never get the license because banks don't trust us. Banks will not support us. Nobody supported us. So I created a model. If you want to buy things from her, minister, you don't want to give the money, she does not want to give you the products. So I create a model. You wire the money to Alipay. I hold it. And I tell minister, I receive the money, so you send the products. If you're happy, I release money. Not happy, return the products, return. Very simple, but people say this is very stupid. And I think, well, as long as it works, as long as customers love it, I don't care if it is stupid or not. And we can make these stupid products smart. So we start little by little to now globally we have 1.2 billion users, active users. And let me tell you, on the November 11th, last week we have a Singles Day. November 11th, We sold 38 billion US dollars products within one day. 38. And the speed and accuracy of the payment was amazing. I think Africa need that. And today, Alipay president, Simon is here. He is the Alipay president and Ali Enterprise. He's an expert on cloud computing and the payment system. We will be very happy to offer service, our technology, our know-how with you people. And by the way, without government support, it is very difficult to cross border. And how you do it, it's impossible to make 10 countries agree. Forget it. You cannot even make your whole family agree on something. You have to pick up the country who agree with it. Start one-on-one. Right? If one country agree, you have an agreement, step to do. And then another country agree with agree. Technology is simple. By the way, Minister, we do not call ourselves fintech. We call ourselves techfin. Fintech is to empower financial institutions to make the bankers stronger. I don't like that. Techfin is to make everybody, every individual, every small business, be able to reach the money. I guarantee you, for 15 years today, we have trillions of transactions every day, every year. We don't have even 1 cent mistake. Very secure, very efficiency. Technology is simple. The most important thing is government agree. When government agree, banks will hate you.
Yes, but there is also an initiative in Africa to have one single market. And you're right that Togo has been pushing very hard because we're a small country, so it makes a lot of sense for us to be part of the Africa Free Trade Exchange. And so what we want to also say is that we want to position our country as a tech-fin country. I'm never going to say fintech again in my life, but tech-fin country. So it's very important what we hear from you. And do we have another question from the floor?
Yeah, if you have any country that would love to get there, Alipay will offer great service to you.
So
yeah, the Simon is here. Jason can give all the contact, anything about tech thing, technology, know-how, and anti-hackers, security. We can offer that.
Jack, we're taking on your offer in Togo. I can tell you that much. So that's good.
Important, yeah.
So we'll show the way. We'll show the way, and hopefully we'll succeed. So, do we have another question?
Bonsoir Jacques. Bonsoir Excellence. Je m'appelle Gefak Hassan Yves Thierry. Je viens du Cameroun. J'ai suspendu ma thèse de doctorat pour créer Bourgeon-Sal, pour cofonder Bourgeon-Sal avec un ami. Et nous sommes également un agrégateur de méthodes de paiement. Nous agrégeons tout ce qui est méthode de paiement. Et nous fournissons aux marchands une API plus simple qui leur permet d'intégrer toutes les méthodes de paiement que nous avons embarquées. Donc nous sommes présents au Cameroun, au Sénégal, et nous sommes en train d'aller vers la RDC, la Côte d'Ivoire et très bientôt le Togo et le Ghana. Donc ma question est de savoir, le e-commerce est en train de prendre de l'ampleur en Afrique. Et selon vous, qu'est-ce que le e-commerce, quel est le rôle que peut jouer le e-commerce dans l'intégration économique du continent? Je vous remercie.
Great to hear that you are also on the payment. And I think for sure, if you don't succeed, somebody will. If you don't succeed, somebody will. And payment, e-payment in Africa must be successful. And it will be successful for sure. And next thing is when you have the money, you have to the other thing to do is transportation, the transfer of the products. Logistics is very important. I just can't believe it. Africa, cross-border trade, logistics is so complicated.
Yes.
When something bad, it's the opportunity for entrepreneurs. I think no countries, government will say, yes, go ahead. But it's entrepreneurs make things happen. This is the chance for everybody. So if you want help e-commerce, payment, logistics, these are two very, very important things. And the third important thing is about how the government should not pass a lot of rules, laws to regulate it. As long as the products are safe, encourage, support entrepreneurs to do it. So where e-commerce, I think e-commerce in Africa is the model for African development. Minister, I have 4 suggestions for Africa
Yes.
to develop, which I call the 4 E's.
Okay.
4 E's. The first E is entrepreneurs. It's the entrepreneurships that create, that construct, that produce. So entrepreneur is the first E. Second E is e-government. We should make the government make government transparent, make government efficiency. The third E is infrastructure, not infrastructure. We should make sure Africa, every country, every individual, being able to reach faster speed internet. Internet connection is more important than electricity of last century. And unfortunately, this is a good investment for any country. And the fourth E is education. So these are 4 things that if Africa focus on, the 4 E's, Africa has a huge potential. Because this is a young continent. So many young people. They're not free. They want to try change. They want to improve their lives. Honestly, I don't see a lot of young people in Africa want to be Bill Gates and Jack Ma. They just want to change. They just want to be rich. They want to be good health, good life, right? This is key. Yeah.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for these inspiring words. Do we have another question from the floor? Lucia, who has an e-commerce
Bonjour tout le monde.
site.
Je suis Lucia Alasoba, je suis entrepreneur du Togo. J'ai fondé Togo Ciné, une entreprise de promotion et de valorisation des produits locaux, vendus aujourd'hui dans 2 boutiques. Dans le cadre d'Alibaba, vous êtes scellé à raccourcir le lien entre les producteurs et les consommateurs. Quel est votre conseil aujourd'hui pour améliorer la relation entre le distributeur et le consommateur final? Merci.
Well, let me tell you, the bad news is that distributors will never help you and support you. To them, you are taking away their jobs. But tell you a good news, they will give up. They will follow you. They will improve their services. Most of the distributors, they make money not actually adding enough value for the manufacturer and for the consumers. We, platform, e-commerce, try to making the value in a more efficient, cost-effective ways. So I've been trying my best to talk to a lot of distributors early years, telling them, let's work it together. They say, no. They think into e-commerce, nothing. But after 10, 15 years competition, we grow faster and they will change. So it's very difficult to convincing at today's early stage of e-commerce like you to convincing distributor, but giving better offer service, working together might be easier.
Merci.
Thank you.
Une question, Ismaël.
Thank you. My name is Ismaël Tanko, and I'm Togolese. I'm the CEO and founder of the first Togolese brand of tomato in puree and concentrated. And I'm launching a collaborative e-commerce platform to federate the effort of all the Togolese young entrepreneurs. In the first thing that you said is that in China it was very difficult at the beginning, 20 years ago. Internet was a problem, even having a smartphone was a problem. And I want you to share with us what are the strategies that you use to overcome this challenge, the challenge of internet, the challenge of having, for instance, a smartphone, and also in our countries, people are used to go to store to buy. They're not yet used to buy on internet. So how did you overcome also that challenge of traditional way of buying their stuff, their groceries and everything? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first, there is no smartphone 20 years ago in China. The internet speed was very low, and I never thought at that time Alibaba would be today's size. I'm very happy every day I have 10 more customers, little by little we build up the trust. We understand their needs. It's not easy, but you have to have a long vision for your business. It's a long vision. It takes long time and efforts. So your question later about traditional way of buying things. Let me tell you, 20 years ago or 15 years ago, people don't trust paying money online. People don't love to buy things online. Rule number 1, don't try to convince successful people to change. Successful people never change. You should help those people who want to be successful. 20 years ago, we never tried to convince those people 35 years old. We convince those people who are only 18 years old. For them, it's a fun. They just spend a few cents, a few dollars. They want to try it. Right? We grow together with them. So 20 years later, they are 40 years old. They are the money banker. They have a lot of money. So the convincing successful people, just to forget it. They will tell you, no, I've been doing that very well. I don't like to use it. So serve the people who are young and making them exciting. Early days, even today, when you shopping on Tmall, Taobao, Alibaba site, B2C, it's not a shopping. It's a lot of fun. People find so many interesting things on the internet. If you go shopping just for buying, then you have no difference going to the next door shops. You have to make your shopping very fun. Let me tell you, every night, there are about 17 million people browsing Alibaba, Tmall, Taobao every night without buying anything. 70. Those whom I don't know what they're doing. They're just looking. So you have to prepare for all the things. That's not shopping. But people coming here having fun. They love to check. They love to ask questions. That's another way of things. Right? So try to make your site not a shopping site. A site of experience. A site of fun. A site that can make people talk and share. More important. So people spending more time on your site. If a lot of people coming to your site, spending a lot of time without buying anything, you still make money. Right? So
Yes.
try to make your site more exciting.
Jack, you touched a bit on logistics as an important means for us Africans to to increase our income and to increase e-commerce. And we have few companies here, young entrepreneurs from the logistics space. There is Jean-Claude here from Lorry System. Do you have a question, Jean-Claude?
Sure. Merci, Madame la Ministre. Jack, thank you so much for being here with us. My name is Jean-Claude Omao. I'm the co-founder of Lorry Systems, an e-logistics marketplace for trucking on the continent. So we're the largest marketplace aggregating trucks and matching supply and demand for the transportation of cargo on the continent. My question to you is, entrepreneurship globally is usually associated with high growth entrepreneurship, which involves venture capital. But then there's also a more traditional way of building businesses that seek to be profitable. With some of the events recently, such as WeWork and Uber and some of the news that we're reading, I'm curious if you could share with us your thoughts on how businesses in Africa and in emerging markets should be funded, what your experience was, and how you see the future of capital that will back the growth of African entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of experience dealing with investors. I have a lot of experience dealing with venture capitalists. My company, our value number one, we have 6 values. Value number 1, customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. I spoke that in Wall Street. When we IPO, I said customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. The Wall Street, they hated me. One of the guys said, if you customer or shareholder number 3, I should have never buy your stocks. I said, sir, please sell our stocks. We believing it's the customer that pay us. If the customer pay you the money, the business is sustainable. If the customer do not pay you the money, venture capitalists give you the money, you're spending the money quickly. And the second, it's the employees that make your products and services better. Third, it's good. Venture capitalists are the uncles. You, founder, are the father, mother of your company, of your kids. These are the uncles giving you some money to buy some milk. Without uncles, you still have to keep your babies good. No choice. Trust me, when problem comes, most of the venture capitalists run faster than you think. Don't trust that they will be with you all the time. Your employees will be with you all the time. Your loyal customers will be with you all the time. I don't like, in the past few years, so many startups. They say, we are a successful company because we raised that much money. I hate that. I know the day of collapse will coming. It's not the money that make you succeed. It's your service and products to the customers. It's your customer make you successful. It's your team make you successful. No venture capitalist will give you money. If past a few years, the world is crazy. Everybody saying, well, I raised the 20 million. I raised the 50 million. It sounds like if you don't reach 10 million, you're a loser. You're a loser only if you have no customer loyalty. You're a loser. Your employees do not follow you. So this is what I give advice. Please have a good model. It's not a traditional model that customer pay you, employees are happy. This is not traditional model. This is good model. And then the venture capitalists give you the money to speed up a little bit. By the way, I found most of the companies bankrupt, not because they don't have money. Sometimes they have too much money. When they have too much money, they got greedy, they losing mind, they start to hire people they don't need, they start a beautiful office they should not have. So this is all the things that all the startup companies, CEOs and founders, be careful. You get the money you need. But as a CEO where everybody see good, you should looking for bad things. When everybody say bad, you should looking for good things. When everybody say future is good, try to raise some money.
Yeah.
Because something bad is coming. When everybody say good, something bad is coming. When everybody say bad, be careful, opportunity is coming. So this is all about your thinking. Don't listen to investors a lot. Listen to your customers more.
So in terms of listening to customers and staying in the field of logistics, I think Bamba from Senegal also, because we've seen a lot of investment in the logistics field in Africa these days. But he wants to ask you a question, not about financing, I think it's...
No, thank you, Jack. I will speak in French because maybe my mom is watching the TV. So, je m'appelle Bambalo, je suis le cofondateur d'une startup qui s'appelle PAPS au Sénégal. Donc, nous opérons un peu plus de 40 000 colis par mois aujourd'hui et nous avons des services allant du warehousing jusqu'à la livraison de dernier kilomètre. Dans notre position, après 2 ans et demi, 3 ans, on est très content de ce qu'on est en train de faire et le challenge qu'on se pose et qui est devant nous, c'est comment est-ce qu'on peut réussir à faire ça un petit peu plus loin que le Sénégal et comment est-ce qu'on peut être top of mind chez nos clients pour être un petit peu ce que représente DHL en Europe ou dans d'autres pays. Et je voudrais avoir votre perspective par rapport à ça. Si vous étiez dans mes chaussures aujourd'hui, comment vous seriez-vous pris pour être la marque africaine de logistique? Merci.
That's an interesting one.
So how can you have an Africa brand and resembling like DHL and Federal Express? Honestly, I hope the Federal Express and DHL will not be unhappy with me. I tell you that Federal Express and DHL may not be the model for Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think his model is different though.
Just to precise the question, it's more about how they've been able to be top of mind in every country in the world,
Not about the model itself. And yes.
You mean the brand?
Yes, exactly. The brand recognition and
I have some first brand is about first the name you're choosing. As a name, you pick up a good company name is very important. For example, when I using name Alibaba, everyone say, "What is that?" Right? Everybody want to ask. And when I have a lot of great names in China and even in Chinese, the Chinese people really love it. A good name is important, but most important than names is that you put efforts. The customer love it. Don't spend money. Early days for marketing, you see, you have 40,000 persons per day, per month. 40,000 pesos per month. You should not spend money on branding. You should spend money on your people. You should spend money get more business. Branding is easy. Branding is so easy. Until when your customer is getting bigger, the brand will grow with it. A lot of people want to spend too much money on branding. You should spend a lot of money on building up a team and building up the customers and get more business. 40,000 pesos per month. You should start to think about how can I get the 4 million a month. I always think about that. I know if I don't have 4 million, that guy will have 4 million. He will be bigger than I am. I have to do anything. And then when competition make your brand quicker.
Jack, you came with the Paradise Foundation, a foundation that you founded, and one of the themes of the foundation is to preserve the environment. I think it's a very important theme for you. It's a very important issue.
Yeah.
And there is a question from Abra here, who has been very active in launching a business that would help preserve the environment.
Bonjour, merci madame, merci monsieur Djaka, bienvenue au Togo. Je m'appelle Aimé Abratemou Lawani, je suis entrepreneur, artisan savonnière, je produis des savons à Palimé, à 2 heures de Lomé. Ma question est la suivante. Alors, vous savez très bien que notre continent regorge d'énormément de richesses en matière d'espèces végétales. C'est un héritage que nous avons, qui vient aussi de nos ancêtres. Nous avons des traditions pour prendre soin au naturel de la peau, de la beauté au quotidien. Comment, en fait, faire perdurer ou rendre pérenne cette tradition dans le temps, sachant qu'aujourd'hui, la nouvelle génération a tendance à copier l'Occident, malheureusement. Merci.
Yeah, absolutely. Africa has such a rich resources on nature.
Yes.
I'm always amazed by coming here to see the wildlife, plants, and I think how can we make the African nature be sustainable? We should find a model that people say, in order to keep the environment, we should not develop. And some people say we develop. We should not worry about the environment. We should think about it together. So making nature products like you for the soaps based on those nature materials, I think it is the future. It has huge potential. The thing is you have to sell to you should have a great products, sell to the people who believe in. I come with the Paradise Foundation. We have a lot of Paradise investors and Paradise Foundation directors. So we are the people believing environment. We protect animals, wildlife, we protect the land. And one of the tomorrow evening, we are going to giving awards to 50 rangers in Africa that protect the animals and wildlife. And it's for us. We just come here to learn, to support, and we try to do things more. If you are interested in working with us, maybe looking at the paradisefoundation.org on the internet, we might contact each other and see how we can help together.
Merci beaucoup. J'ai apporté un savon carré.
I think she brought a soap for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think, do you have the time for one more question? In maybe you, I'm being told no, but maybe one question then in big data.
Okay.
My question is environment.
Environment.
Oh, okay,
Environment,
still
yes.
great.
All right, so my name is Aite Gaba. I come from Togo. 2 years ago, I left my job at Google to plant trees.
Oh.
So we plant trees, and we have a furniture factory in Togo that we produce furniture here, and we also export to the US and to Europe. Forestry development, unlike software, takes a long time, right? Software, you can build something quick, you can text your ideas. You don't have a lot of founders trying to go into forestry because if you invest, you have to wait maybe 20 years before you see your return on investment. A lot of advice on the internet for young founders like me pertains to software development. You don't have that many advice. So my question to you is, how much of Silicon Valley advice, how much of software, quick technology development can apply to founders in Africa that want to invest or create companies in the environmental space?
In the what space?
Environmental space, forest space.
Forest space.
That is rather long term.
Oh, good. I think I respect your vision. I respect your great heart for building such a great business and to protect the environment. Unfortunately, there is no such huge money from Silicon Valley or venture capital doing that. As an entrepreneur, you have to survive first. You have to prove first. Only when you survive and prove that people can support you. It's, as I said this morning, we have to, people like us, entrepreneurs, we have to get used to be rejected. When we get used to be rejected, you will be surprised by people supporting you. So I don't think there will be a lot of money on the market waiting for 20 years for trees to be planted But if you can make your furniture better, there might be a lot of venture capitalists to come here. We have a big furniture company founder here. We can discuss with him. He's from China. He's making a lot of furnitures. So maybe discuss how we can work together. Thank you.
So, Jack, thank you very much. We've been told that time is up, and I wanted, so these are the